So these are all novatos. And here you see the freshman students, the first year students, getting hazed by the senior classes just to play funny games, etc., etc. This is for novatos in Spain. Ready?
We are not. He is not my boyfriend, and I am not her girlfriend. Okay?
1,000 windows in the headquarters.
Yeah.
So we open the windows.
We are in this huge room here full of ham from the ceiling down to the ground. The windows here are open and we're in the mountain, so it's the natural mountain air that is drying the ham. This is called a drying room. And one specialty about this ham, what they call the pata negra, which is this, actually the hoof is black. This is the characteristic of this jamón ibérico. It must be the pata negra. And then as you can see, when the ham is drying, the natural oil drips from the ham. If I can get a little bit of oil here and here. This is the natural oil that is dripping from the ham. So how do we distinguish a good jamón from a bad jamón? Now don't be scared, actually it smells very nice here. Don't be scared about this mold. This is natural mold. Now a lot of people ask me, from a pig you have 4 legs, right? Which is the good jamón? Is it the front 2 or is it the back 2? Now for a true jamón ibérico, it's always the back 2 legs that makes the jamón. The front 2 legs is called a paleta. So how do you distinguish the paleta from the jamón? 2 things. Okay, for a true jamón, always has this bone. You see this bone sticking up, this piece of bone. Now for a paleta, for the front 2, it's much smoother. There's no bone sticking out from here. Second of all, look at the leg. Okay, this is called a caña. Okay, to be a good jamón, this caña, this part, always has to be thinner than the hock. So you have the hock, which is pretty massive, and then you have this kind of a small little dent in here to ensure that it is a thin leg, and that distinguishes from a good or bad jamón. So how do we determine whether a ham is ready or not to be sold? This ham can actually be aged between anything between 24 to 48 months, depending on the ham itself. So when is it ready? How do they determine? So there's a very natural way, an ingenious way of doing it. So here with Alberto, this is called a cala. It's made of a piece of cow bone, and Alberto is the maestro jamonero, master of ham, and he has 11 years of experience with this. So basically what he's going to do is he's going to stick this piece of bone into the ham, and by smelling it he can determine whether the ham is ready. So Alberto, do you want to show us? There's plenty of history behind this ham. This company started in the 19th century, so currently it's actually the 4th generation that is continuing this old tradition. Now, of course, this ham is now exported to different countries. They started exporting around 25 years ago, and in fact this ham will be ready to be sold in China starting probably around December 2011. If you look at the label here, it's actually translated into different languages, all the European languages, and even Russian, Japanese, and Chinese. Now, the importance of the ingredients, there are only 2 elements, natural pork and sea salt. There's nothing else, no preservative, no nitrates. So this is a genuinely natural product, and that's quite important. It distinguishes it from any other ham type. This is very natural. Now, very expensive in China. The watch is crazy. I have Miguel here with me. He is the jamonero. He's going to cut the ham. So what we have here, again, you have the nice pata negra, and this is also called a jamonero, which is the ham rack. So Miguel is going to show us how to properly cut the ham because the cutting is actually important. It will affect the taste. Cutting very thinly and then using the tongue to put on the plate. With good jamón ibérico, I'm going to put the plate horizontal and it's not going to drop.